Let's talk about this picture. Captured in 2008 by Daniel Young, this is one of the only pieces of evidence that this encounter actually happened. So Daniel was a custodian at Myrtle Elementary School where he worked the night shift. It's a pretty routine night. He's just listening to music when he's suddenly interrupted by the sound of a woman's laughter. He turned around and was terrified when he saw an unknown woman smiling from behind the corner. This was a locked school on after hours, so clearly she was an adult who broke in, so he tried to snap a picture to identify her and then chases after her. But when he turned the corner, she had already darted out of an emergency exit. Later that night, police are called to a home where they arrive at a tragedy. An unknown woman had broken into a nearby home where she knifed two parents, one who was the principal of this school, so brutally they were unrecognizable. One of the daughters who witnessed this woman before she got away described her as this person. Could this photo be of the same unknown woman? And what her connection is to the school and the principal, we don't know.
This is what a nasty case of sleep paralysis can do to you. This woman's husband noticed that she would do weird things in the middle of the night, especially around 3 a.m., aka the witching hour. So he set up cameras, and this is what he caught. If that was me, I'm taking the baby and I'm leaving. I'm sorry. Either she's possessed or she's trying to get the sleep paralysis demon off of her chest. To be determined.
I have a photo that I want to show you guys. But first, of course, a quick little backstory. A mother was laying in bed with her daughter watching TV when she received a notification on her phone letting her know that there was someone downstairs in the kitchen. When she looked at the cameras, an image of her son appeared in the cameras downstairs. This was impossible due to the fact that her son had passed away due to an overdose 2 years prior. Both her and her daughter confirmed that that was in fact like her son standing there, and there was absolutely no evidence of anybody breaking in, or it could be someone else. Like, this was truly an image of her son captured on camera. Now I'm going to show you the picture. So as you can see, this is the kitchen, and that is her son right there. Like, you can clearly see it. I'll try to zoom it in so you can get a better look. So here's a closer look. I mean, I feel like her son has not moved on, and he's still lingering around, maybe reliving the same day over and over again. I feel like when a person passes away from an overdose, it's such a shock and it's such an unexpected thing that a lot of times they don't even realize that they're gone. It may be the case for this. I mean, I don't know the family personally, but I definitely recommend doing some type of like just ceremony to just help him cross over.
This is going to be your reaction at the end of this story. In a chilling post a few years back, a guy wrote, "My girlfriend moved out 3 weeks ago, and my cat Ruck was really close to her, and now that she's gone, I can tell he's a bit lonely, especially when I'm at work. I came home a few times to my curtains ripped up or toilet paper in shreds. And the last straw was when I came home after working late to find he had clawed a hole into the side of the sofa. I decided to do something. I tried different toys, even catnip, but nothing worked. One night while browsing Amazon, I saw a pet camera. It's a tiny camera that records your pet on a live feed so you can monitor their behavior while you're away. I got overnight shipping and installed it immediately. I decided to set it up in my bedroom as that's where my cat spent most of his time. The first day at work, I think I checked that camera 30 times. When I spoke into the microphone, my cat seemed to be happier, and I noticed there was no more destruction around the house either. By day 4, I figured I'd solve the problem with my cat. That leads me to right now. About 30 minutes ago, I climbed into bed with my cat, ready to close my eyes, when my phone buzzed. A notification from the pet cam. I almost ignored it. Sure, I just triggered the thing, but I opened it anyways. Instead of a video of myself in bed, I saw a man, tall, gangly, with pale skin and large eyes. He was moving into my room with exaggerated steps, like a sneaking cartoon character. He walked right up to the lens and smiled. I immediately paused the video, terrified. I looked at the spot where the man should have been standing, but there was no one there. I went onto Amazon and found the pet cam and read the reviews, hoping for some weird glitch. It had to be a joke, right? The first dozen reviews were pretty standard, but it was the last that caused me to bolt upright. The customer complained that the camera was on a time delay, sometimes as much as 15 minutes. I went back to the video and pressed play with shaky fingers and watched in horror as the man slithered under my bed, giving the camera a wink before disappearing into darkness. Then I saw myself enter the room and climb in bed before the video ended. Now I'm sitting in bed knowing he's under it. I could call the police, but I doubt I'd have the time. So please do yourselves a favor and read the reviews. You're making that face, aren't you? This one? Knew it.
This has got to be the best footage of a skinwalker caught on camera. It's very creepy. Watch.
Nerede? Tamam gördüm. Gördüm bir dakika bak. Gördüm. Boynuz var bu. İşte. Ahmet bu boynuzlu şaş yapar mı Ahmet? Boynuzlu şaş yapar bak. Burayı koruyan boynuzlu şaş yapar, bu çok güçlü. Çok güçlü Ahmet, sakın panik yapma bak. Başına büyük bir sıkıntı gelebilir, sakın panik yapma bak. Görüyor musun? Şu an bize bakıyor. Ben şimdi bu çıktı bu ortaya. Bu tılsımla çıktı ortaya.
Nah, because what is that? It'd be looking like this dude from Pan's Labyrinth. I don't know, folks. Let me know in the comments below. This is the most unsettling video I've ever seen. Be prepared to bleach your eyes out.
What? What's wrong with you? What?
It took my dad.
Harker?
Please let me inside.
Harker?
This is a true horrifying story, part 79. This story took place in Saudi Arabia. Back in the 1960s, there was a Saudi Arabian family, a husband, a wife, and 7 children, sons and daughters. The husband's father was a very old, sick man, and he died from his illness during these days. After the funeral, the wife and her husband continued living their lives with their children. One night, the wife had a dream, a very vivid one. She dreamt in a woman dressed in black approaching her, and the woman told her, "My name is Aisha. I will protect you, your husband, your children, and your grandchildren from all evil till the day I die. I promise." She woke up stunned, and she never shared this dream with her husband. A few years later, in the early 70s, the husband sadly passes away, and the children were still very young. This widow raised her children until they all grew up, got married, and had their own children. Today, this widow is a grandmother to many, many grandchildren. One day, all of her own kids go to her, and they tell her that many of their own children get frequent dreams about a woman dressed in black named Aisha, and how Aisha will always protect them. But how could it be that almost all of the grandchildren got the same dream that their grandmother had in the 60s? This grandmother swore to never tell anyone about this dream, but now it is concerning. She got in touch with her sister-in-law, hoping maybe she would have an answer. The sister-in-law told her, "My father, which is your father-in-law, the father of your deceased husband, was married to a jinn named Aisha since the 40s. And every time someone tried to harm us using black magic, it never worked. Aisha was stopping it." The grandmother later asked, how is she still alive to this day? And her sister-in-law responded, "Aisha is hundreds of years old. Jinns live longer than we do. Aisha's kind is also not any kind. She is very powerful. She also comes around in my dreams, my children's and my grandchildren's, telling us that we will always be protected by her." "But why?" the grandmother asked. The sister-in-law responded, "Because she loved her husband, and she promised him that his family will always be protected."
What? A woman from Washington named Lori was chatting with her best friend Shayna on an app called Marco Polo, which allows users to record and send videos to each other in real time. Lori had just moved into the apartment alone and was chatting about life when she caught this on camera. Keep an eye on the background.
I have that credit card. I'm not gonna buy anything expensive. I'll try like Salvation Army first and see what I can find, you know. But I definitely need a smaller bed and one that's up off the floor because it's killing me. And then I'm just gonna let Al have this one because I just want it out of here. And he's sleeping on a blow-up mattress anyway. I'm trying to make coffee. I went and bought decaf coffee. It's not really doing me any good.
As Lori talks, a small dark figure is seen dashing in and out of the frame behind her as she films. Her friend replied and asked her, is there someone in the house with you? Lori said she was alone and said her heart stopped when she replayed the footage. She immediately left her apartment and stayed with her daughter until she could have the apartment blessed and cleansed. I would be so out of there, it's crazy. That thing, how it moved, what do you make of it?
Most terrifying paranormal footage, part 27.
The dogs are ready for bed. It's just a peaceful night here. Can't really go to bed myself. What the fuck is that?
It's not my fault that you're lonely.